Hello there, my name is Louis Wieland, and for the last 30 years, I have published the official relocation guides on Atlanta that are distributed by the First Multiple Listing Service of Atlanta. That they happen to be the third largest multiple listing service in the United States now and growing rapidly. They have increased their area of coverage to include not only just all of Georgia, but Florida and Tennessee and Alabama. And they're constantly growing and adding areas of coverage. We have over 60,000. They have over, I'm not part of it, but I do work with them, and they have over 60,000 agents that lock into that, are members, and lock into that website regularly. On the website, they have a website called fmls.com, which houses all the listings for sale in the area for not only commercial but residential. And the agents need access to that site every day. And on that site, you will find also my magazines called Community Profiles, which is the official relocation guides for Atlanta. And the magazines are on that site. The magazines are also distributed at the 3 FMLS stores around the area. And they're in all of the real estate offices for distribution to home buyers and businesses. The one is for Atlanta, one is for North Fulton, and one is for Cobb, and one is for Gwinnett. They're on my website, atlantacommunityprofiles.com, and you can anybody can access that. And this show will be on that website as well. So, and we will be sending it out to all the realtors through MailChimp. And if you would like to be on our mailing list, send me an email at lou@louwheeland.com. And just as a quick kind of up-to-date analysis, through August, prices for year over year, let's put it that way, are up 7% for residential detached homes. And the inventory year over year is down 13%. And prices are up 7%, as I mentioned. And the number of closings are down 30%. So prices are up, closings are down. And obviously that's related to interest rates. That being said, I'm happy to bring back to my show a friend who's been on a show quite a bit over the while and has been a phenomenal asset to his city as Mayor Al Thurman, the great city of Powder Springs. Al, thank you for coming back on the show. It's extremely nice to have you back. Appreciate it.
And, thank you, Lou. My pleasure.
I just found out through doing some more research on Al, that he started out as a chef. Can you believe it? And then he branched off into his landscaping business, which he still owns in addition to being mayor. But he was mayor since he was elected in 2015, and prior to that, since 2002, he was appointed to fill a term expired in Ward 2. And in September, he took office actually in September 2002. So he's also been a lifelong resident of Powder Springs. So he's a guy that knows that city extremely well. He graduated from Wright Technical School as a chef, and then he changed his career later. But member of Mount Ephraim Baptist Church. He's a deacon. He's involved in the Boy Scouts. He's a Sunday school teacher, the coordinator of their international missions. He's a leader in the Masonic League and the Cobb Family Resources Community Leadership. So he's been a great leader, and since he's been mayor, the city has flourished greatly. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on over there, and prices, home prices in Powder Springs are up 6% over the last year also. So pretty good increase in prices, which is good and bad. You know, if you're trying to sell, it's good. If you're trying to buy, it's not good. But if you're the mayor, it's good because that means more revenue and more people coming in, and prosperity is always good. But Powder Springs has some very distinctive aspects. It is the fastest growing city in Cobb County. And not everybody knows that. It has 17,000 residents. It's 24 miles west of downtown and is approximately 23 miles northwest of the airport. It has 7.17 square miles. Here's another interesting distinguishing point. They have the highest number of educated residents for the population. 29% have a bachelor's degree. So median household income, as last time the census was done, which has been a few years, and I'm sure it's a little higher, but it's $72,810. 80% of the residential homes are owner-occupied. So Al, the first thing we need to talk about, obviously, is the skate park grand opening. October 23rd, right? What is it? It opens, when does it open? The 17th? When is that?
No, the 14th.
14th, I think.
Yes, sir.
I guess you're proud of that. Tell us about it.
Oh man, we're excited. We're having professional skaters come in from all over the country. This skate park was built by California Skate Park. They build skate parks all over the world. So this particular skate park is certified for World Skate Competition. So we hope that this skate park will be a destination where people will come from all over to utilize this skate park. But it's also for beginner skaters and all the way up to who want to do trials for big, Olympic type skating.
Well, congratulations. That's going to be very fun. I guess you'll have some food trucks there, I guess, and some vendors on site, and there'll be kind of a big festival, right, and party.
Yes, I mean, we're bringing in professional skaters who've skated all over the world to demonstrate. California Skate Park has helped us promote this because obviously it's good for them, it's good for the city. So they're bringing in professional skaters to show the public how it's done. These folks have skated in Olympics trials all over the world. So they're going to be here. We're looking for a grand time for the grand opening of this skate park.
Well, I'm sure that'll be extremely fun. And so, Al, you've been mayor now for, let's say, 8 years, right? Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
What are you most proud of? What accomplishment are you most particularly proud of having accomplished in that 8-year period?
Well, certainly to revitalize our downtown was very important to me. I remember when I first got involved, literally downtowns all over the country were literally dying because of big box chains like Walmart and things of those nature. So like other small cities in the downtown area, small businesses going out of business. So we had to look to see how could we revitalize our downtown, make the downtown a destination. And part of that was to at least bring something central we created a park in our downtown, start having events, and businesses have been coming to be built around that. So it wasn't like we were reinventing the wheel. We went to other cities to see what they were doing. And this was something that certainly other folks had shared with us, that this is a way we can revitalize our downtown. And these are some of the things consultants had shared with us. And we began by building a 4.2 park in the downtown. And since then, we have all types of development, restaurants, retail, want to be in this area.
Okay. Well, the average home price is in August of this year was $480,000 for single-family detached. So you have a pretty affluent kind of a citizenry there. So that would naturally, a lot of restaurants would take advantage of that
Absolutely.
citizenry. The what do you got for sale over there, Al, in terms of land and what's going on? I'm trying to buy some land over there myself for a couple of home builders, which I talked to.
I will tell you this. We had to do a moratorium on residential building because at one point we had almost 18 developments that were in the pipeline. And, obviously it was a concern that we needed to pause to see just where's the balance and where's the line in regards to from an operation and an infrastructure point of view. So in the last 8 to 9 months, we were doing a moratorium on residential, which has been lifted now, of course. We just wanted to make sure that from an operation and infrastructure that we were good, that we could manage and direct this type of growth. So Powder Springs is in great shape. We have a lot going on, and there's still land still able to be developed. But what our emphasis on right now is quality growth. That's my number one priority, quality growth.
How would you describe that in more detail? What would that look like in terms of?
Well, it looks like when somebody builds something in Powder Springs, it's not going to be junk. Either it's going to have a high standard. When you talk about the housing price, it's going to be three-sided, four-sided brick. It's going to be hardy plank, all of those things. We don't want cookie cutter houses. We want things that are built of quality. Those types of things are. So
when you say quality, do you mean like a price per unit, or what are you talking about? A single family, or like what does that mean?
I'm talking about the house itself. That it's not something in 10 years is going to be falling apart, or it's not well built. It's not the materials that is built of that type of quality.
You're not necessarily looking at a specific price range, are you, or are you?
I think that dictates for itself. We don't have anything to do with the price points. Obviously, when a builder comes in, he's concerned about his bottom line. So if he's going to build a quality product, he's going to want a quality price. Mm-hmm. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, well, I work with builders, and like I told you before the show started, I have two builders in particular who are very interested in building over there. So, and we can talk about this after the show. But also, you have, the last time we talked, Al, you had 240 undeveloped areas of land zoned for industrial and commercial. What is the status of those 240 acres?
Right now, we have we have a logistic plant being built off of Lewis Road. It is a huge win for the city of Powder Springs. Matter of fact, we have one of the largest logistic plants, railroad depots and things of this nature that's right in your backyard. So we're starting to see these logistic plants go up all around. Our has one. And matter of fact, they just finished building one right off of Lewis Road of 278 in Powder Springs. So we're starting to see development coming this way when it comes to and
one of the things that obviously is important to anybody who would be interested in that land is the quality of life, the lifestyle in Powder Springs, the quality of living. And one of the things that contribute to that, are the fact that you have the Silver Comet Trail for people walking is just huge now. Everybody wants to get into fitness, and you can access that trail in your city from several different locations.
Yes, that's correct.
Tell us about that, and also the biking on that, and also some of the other vendors and such as restaurants that are nearby that people can enjoy.
Well, number one, you mentioned the Silver Comic Trail. It is a huge asset to the city of Powder Springs. It runs right through the heart of the city. Over 100,000 people utilize that trail. Several years ago, I somehow the county and Norfolk Railroad, we built, there was land that was given to the city of Powder Springs, and we built this linear park that runs parallel to the Silver Comic Trail, and we created a park where there's a skate park, brand new skate park is going to be open. It's already open. It's going to be a grand opening on the 14th. Playgrounds, basketball courts, nature things, open fields. So I believe this particular park is a signature for the city of Powder Springs, running alongside and many development that wants to build to have access to the Silver Comic Trail, especially home developments. And many of them have built right next to the Silver Comic Trail where they have an access to get onto the trail where people don't even have to leave their homes in a car. They can just get on their bike and leave and get right on the trail because many of these developments have come to the city of Powder Springs because they have access to the Silver Comic Trail. So we have much to celebrate. And the city itself, some of our old subdivisions, we have built trails where they can come right out of their house, get on the trail, and tie into the Silver Comic Trail. We have at least 3 of our own trails. And right now, we're in the process of working collaboratively with the county and Austell to build a trail from Austell, coming up Austell Powder Springs Road, to tie into the Silver Comic Trail. We, with the county, Austell, and the city of Powder Springs, we've already applied for money for federal grants to build this trail, and we're going to do it coming from Austell. So Austell will be able to tie into the Silver Comic Trail through Powder Springs.
What's going on downtown now? I mean, we've been trying to follow your progress. Can you give us an update on the Downtown Development Authority and some of their activities lately?
Well, let me just start by saying Powder Springs have new housing choices coming to the city. Matter of fact, tomorrow we will have a grand opening of Heartwood by Selick Enterprise leasing almost, I think it's 400, close to 400 units that's going to be opening up near the downtown. Powder Springs has never had multifamily housing in the city. So new choices for young professionals, for seniors, and for families. Obviously, it's been a big problem because we were always a bedroom community, did not have diverse housing, and now we are going to have diverse housing. And not only that, we have another builder, Navarre, a local huge developer out of Atlanta, is building housing into the downtown. So that's going to be coming online sometime in 24, 25. So we have a lot going on. We are building a brand new city hall overlooking our park. So a lot is going on into the downtown area.
And then historic portion, you have a historic downtown that's distinguished from downtown. Tell us about that.
Well, the historic area, we obviously, that is huge for the city. But that is not going to be disturbed by any means. All of the historic buildings in the downtown, certainly if you've ever been to Madison, our goal is to make sure that all of that stays intact. And whatever we build, we want that to be able to blend with what we already have. So that's very important to the city.
You have Home Depot, Atlanta Braves, Comcast, Six Flags, etc. Big companies over there or nearby. How have they impacted your growth and development?
Well, I think all of them have impacted us because certainly when people move to a community, certainly they want everything to be close by. Certainly, if you're in Powder Springs, just the airport is a straight shot. You get on 278, go straight to the airport. As you mentioned before, we're 24 miles from downtown. So people want to live in a place where they feel safe and they can raise their family. But at the same time, if they want to go downtown Atlanta, it's not that far away. So you have the best of both worlds.
Well, that's good to know that large companies and small are involved in in your city. And one of the things that people are, like myself, I'm also a commercial agent with KW Commercial, as you know, Al, and most of my listeners know, is zoning. And tell us about how cooperative you are with zoning. Obviously, you're now, we've stopped the moratorium on residential, so that's a step forward. Do you have a general kind of atmosphere or whatever for the zoning people? Are they cooperative, or what is it?
Absolutely. It's interesting you would say that we've created a culture where we want developers to come here and do business with us. We've created a one-stop shop. Just in the last month or two, we've created uh, an office for the fire marshal where they don't have to go here, there, and get stuff done. We're trying to put everything under one roof. So to make it easier for developers to do business within our city, that's a culture we've been working on and trying to create, making it easy to do business with our city.
Mhm. Well, that's good to know because I'm going to tell people to call you if they have a problem. I have your cell
Okay.
number.
you're gonna do that to me, huh?
I've got your cell number, so if anybody wants to get a hold of Al that needs the zoning,
Luce,
call me, and I'll
You
get
tell
you.
him I
I'll
said it
plug
was
it in.
okay.
I'll plug it right in. What's it look like going forward, Al, in terms of the next? Do you have a 5-year goal or plan, or what will the city look like in 5 years?
Well, I do believe that we have a plan. I'm not sure because of, when it comes to anything you build, it takes a long time to get it done from engineering to coming out of the ground. We started talking about building a new city hall several years ago. It's just now coming out of the ground now. Actually, I'm up for re-election. Thought it would have been finished. Thought I could have passed the baton. But the only reason why I'm running for re-election is because of the unfinished businesses, things that we have on the drawing board. Staff and I, we feel very concerned. We want to see these things through. So it's hard to say what 5 years have been. What we can say now is we have a plan and we are managing and directing the growth of the city of Powder Springs. We have a comp plan. We know where we want to go, and we even know how we're going to get there. So 5 years, we're going to see change. I don't know how much change.
Fastest growing segment of the population is the seniors, of which I am one. And you have a venue called the Powder Springs Senior Center, located on the Ford Center campus. Tell us about
Yes.
tell us about that.
Well, this is something the city has done. They have their own senior program. Obviously, the county has a huge senior program where, any of our seniors can plug in, but the city of Powder Springs has always had a senior program within the city where our seniors can come, do activities, dance, go on trips, things of this nature. This is something the city provides. We have senior vehicles. Like you said, we have a large senior population. So we want to make sure we take care of our seniors.
Well, I hope so, because I'm in that category myself. In fact,
I'm a senior myself. I got to take care of me.
yeah, I know. It's a good idea. Good idea. Our studio is actually located in Powder Springs. I'm in Powder Springs right now in our studio. But
Well, we spent almost a developer's Silver Comic Village, $37 million, built a whole complex for seniors over 55, dealing with all three stages of Alzheimer's, you name it. They have all of the facilities on one campus. So we certainly have always been very thoughtful of our seniors and providing for them.
what is the status of the real estate type called multifamily, which is becoming huge? Really, I specialize in that category of land, and I know we have a shortage of housing in the metro area. Do you have a position on multifamily? And you said earlier that you had the first multifamily development in a while. So, what is your position?
Well, number one, first of all, I thought that we needed that type of housing because we did not have that type of housing. We needed diversity in housing. If you think in terms of McEachern High School, Hillgrove, all of these young people, when they graduate from high school, number one, there was no option for them to have any diverse housing to live here. So most of the people and their parents, if they weren't going to come back and move with their parents, if they couldn't afford to buy a house, they didn't have any housing options. So we felt like it was a need to have diverse housing. But not only that, one of the things consultants shared with us, we needed people to live in the downtown for our restaurants, retail could survive. We needed density in the downtown. And multifamily is providing that. A high-end 1-2 bedroom for young professionals, that's the marketplace who they're marketing it to. Also for seniors who don't want to live in a house anymore, who wants that walkability, that daytime population where they could just leave their apartment, come down, be in the park, go to a restaurant, just sit out, use free Wi-Fi. So those kinds of things. And these are the communities that are being built around our state. So that's what we're building. So multifamily provides that, where people who, if you know anything about the younger population, some of these folks don't want to buy a house, but they want to have options. And that's what we're providing.
Some of our viewers, I'm sure everybody knows this, but I just thought I would define, for the benefit of everybody who may not know exactly what it is, the Silver Comet Trail is a fully paved trail built over an abandoned rail line and named after the Silver Comet passenger train. And it runs from Smyrna to the Georgia-Alabama line, creating
Yes,
over
sir.
61 miles of walkable, joggable biking for your residents. So it is an amazing venue for people to get outdoors.
It is one of the best kept secrets you want to believe. People are I see people on the trail come all the way from College Park, Riverdale, all over Metro Atlanta to utilize this trail. And it's just as popular as the Beltline.
61 miles, pretty impressive. One other thing, too, that is very impressive about Powder Springs is the Hardy Family Automotive Amphitheater. Tell us a little bit about that and how people enjoy that facility.
Oh, wow. I got to tell you, we have much to celebrate in Powder Springs. And that particular park has been truly a blessing to the citizens of Powder Springs. We did a seafood festival a couple of years back, and this is our third year we've done it. We had over 10,000 people come to the downtown Powder Springs. It was such a great success. Seafood festival, I mean, it was just fabulous, fabulous. And certainly we have our signature 4th of July. And just this past weekend, we created, matter of fact, a Hispanic festival where this is National Hispanic Month. And so we had a Hispanic festival. It was one of the most beautiful things you could have seen, Lou. They had food, they had music, they had dance. So the city of Powder Springs wants to be inclusive for all of our population. 14% of our population is Hispanic. So we want to make sure everybody feels included, and included, that's what we're going to do.
Now you have, my analysis is accurate, which it always is, of course, you have Sounds of Springs concerts 3 times, right, during the year. Is that right?
Yes, sir. We have a whole schedule of events. We even have brown bag lunch where you can come down and have lunch and there's a band playing. So we keep it hopping in downtown Powder Springs. So this way, until we're able to get the density in the downtown and people living in downtown, some of our business still struggle because Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, those are their business because people just don't come to the downtown unless they have a reason. Until we are able to get people living in the downtown, creating a daytime party. So we try to have as many events. We have new restaurants. Matter of fact, Skint Chestnut Brewery, celebrating its year's anniversary, is doing extremely well. SGC restaurants. So we have these places that are coming here. So we want to make sure they survive. So we have as many events to make sure these businesses are supported until we are able to finish these housing, this density in the downtown, so we can create that daytime, that walkability for these retail and restaurants can stay online.
You have a fall festival, trunk or treat, coming up in a couple of weeks on the 21st.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with that?
Well, we get out and the kids come through with their parents. A lot of sponsors, local businesses provide candy for the kids. Trunk or treat. It's a great event. We've done it for years. So families in Powder Springs love it. Don't have to worry about the kids being out at night trying to go from door to door. This is a way that the city can provide something where the kids can get their treats, and a lot of the folks who are sponsors dress up in costumes and things. So it's a great event. It really is.
And lastly, what's the brown bag lunch concert anyway? From 12 to 1, you had one on the 7th, right? I mean, you had one on the 7th. You had one on the 28th of September. What is that? You bring your own lunch and a bag, and then what? Music?
Well, I mean, certainly you can do that if the part where you want to bring your own cooler or your own lunch. There are restaurants here, but we want you to be able to sit out on the lawn and enjoy a local band. And I'm just amazed how well that's caught on. I came through, I think it was last Thursday, and I couldn't believe in the middle of the day that many people were in the park. The band was playing, people were just relaxed. The kids are having a great time. So, these amenities are just beautiful, and the citizens of Powder Springs are enjoying them.
Like the Mayberry, just not far from downtown and the airport. So, just
Absolutely.
congratulations, Al, and thank you for your service to the community. And this community has certainly prospered under your leadership. And
well, we have a great group of people. I mean, look, I can't do it by myself. We got a great council. We have great staff. We work as a team. But not only that, we collaborate with local churches, schools, local businesses. We all work together to make Powder Springs. That's part of our success: collaboration, teamwork.
well, good luck in the election, Al. Appreciate
Thank you.
the
I
work you've
appreciate that.
done to the city and your great sacrifices and contributions that you've made over many years to your great city.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Lou. That means a lot.
Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.